Cool, let's do it.
All right, this is Ace with RockRevolt Magazine. We're here with Phyllis from 3 Till Morning. How you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Yeah, I was about to say this morning because, it rolls off.
It feels like morning.
It does. I'm sure it does to you guys, man. Being out on tour, you probably, night and day just gets all screwed up. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Especially being here in the dark.
Yep.
Right on. So, how's the tour going so far, man?
Good.
It's about done, isn't it?
Yeah, this headline run we've got in May here. We got a couple shows left tonight here in
Right.
Kansas City, and then Kansas, and then out in Sioux Falls. That'll be it for that for May.
Right on. And that get you back close to home, though, Sioux Falls, being from the Minneapolis area?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's a couple of my favorite bands from that area? American Head Charge, Prof, Minneapolis guys. Yeah. How's that Minneapolis scene, man? How'd that help you guys with your career and influence you guys?
I think the scene is good right now. I mean, I think there's a lot of rock bands that are, kind of working together. You hear about a lot of, the other bands we play with in town and in various locations. So, I think things are pretty strong right now. There's a period of time there, maybe, 4 or 5 years ago where it was a little light, not a lot of bands getting out and touring and stuff like that. But now I think, a lot of good stuff going on in Minneapolis.
Right on.
So it's cool.
Right on. And you've been doing this for over 10 years now with this band. So,
Yeah, don't remind me.
No,
I'm
yeah?
just kidding.
No?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's got the good, it's got the bad. I mean, where do you feel it's at right now?
The great, the amazing, like the best is yet to come.
Right.
I always tell people this. The band has been around for a long time, but, like most bands, we did the local band thing for 7 of those 10 years, right, where we just kind of played on the weekends. And then, guys like John came along that I got to know through being out on the road, and, that's when we were able to get really serious about it and have some things really start to fall into place for us. So the last few years have been, pretty awesome.
John, how long have you been with that?
Coming up on 2 years now.
Right on.
Yeah.
How's it going for you?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Just wish we could tour every day. Yeah.
All right. So what's the difference between being in 3 Till Morning and other things you've done that makes it more fun for you?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, when I started playing music, I had this idea that I wanted to tour and travel and pretty much do that. But my last projects, it was a tour, and then it'd be like 8 months of no touring. So get a little anxiety going, So it's go go go, which is fun.
So do you have a family back home?
Yeah.
Really?
No, wait, well, not.
I'm talking about like a wife and kids, and stuff like that. No wonder you like to be out on the road. You don't give a shit.
So every day is a party for me.
I do. I have a wife and a daughter.
Right? So you probably have a little bit different perspective there.
Well, I still have a good time, but yeah, it's definitely, without FaceTime and things like that, it would be even harder than it already is. So it definitely brings a new perspective for sure.
So
but I can live vicariously through John, which is good enough for me.
All right, John's like, fuck this, let's tour.
Yeah.
Just want to get home. Can I get home for like 3 days?
Right, exactly. He's like, we don't need 3 days.
Right on, absolutely. Well, I mean, it seems like you're having fun. You're having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
You both have sitting here with smiles on your faces.
Yeah.
I've talked to people who are sitting here and they're just like, yeah, what's up? Cool.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have that smile on your face. You guys did a pretty successful Pledge Music campaign, right?
Yeah.
To get the new album going?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I saw a lot of the things you offered on there. You guys have like a gaming session you offered on that. Did anybody hit that up?
We had a couple people do that.
Yeah.
Ripley's our big gamer. John and I will play each other in, I don't know, what, NBA Jam or something like that.
Right,
Little Tecmo, whatever,
Tecmo Super Bowl, absolutely.
They're better.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what are some of the other perks, just in case people don't know, that they could do? And is that still available?
There's maybe another week or two here that it's left. We did some cool stuff where we had people into the studio when we were actually recording the album, which is really awesome. So they did some gang vocals with us. They watched us record one of the songs that made the record. So it was a really cool experience to have people see what actually happens behind the scenes, when you're recording. We've done some lyric sheets. We're doing some karaoke. We're doing some show day hangs, just a lot of different things like that. And, obviously like a signed CD and stuff like that is something that's been pretty popular too. Right. So, yeah.
I'm sure you guys love doing that, getting out with the fans, hanging out with them, doing that.
Yeah.
It's a different perspective, man. It's something neat that, you can interact with people nowadays. Because I know when I was younger and growing up, you couldn't do that with the bands,
Right.
The music industry was such a different beast. Everything was controlled by labels and stuff like that. There was really no freedom. And being in a different era of music, you guys get to get a little more hands-on with everything.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
How do you like that compared to, like, would you rather been back in the early days or where it is now for music?
Well, are they throwing piles of money at us back in the day, or what's the story there?
No piles of money, but you still got to deal with the bullshit. How about that?
I could for the piles of money, I could probably deal with the bullshit. But no, I mean, you're right. It is cool, and the reason that we did the pledge in the first place was, like John said, we're on the road all the time, and we tried to write this record while we were touring at the same time. And we always have these great after show parties, and we play these acoustic shows and all this stuff when we're out on the road. And when you go get in the studio, all of a sudden you're just locked away from your fans for a period of time. We wanted a way to kind of keep in contact with them and let them really experience what it's like to make a record. And so for us, we're like, man, if we can do that and successfully, it'd be awesome. And it really was a killer opportunity for us, and hopefully the fans too. I mean, everybody we talked to said it's been killer, so we're happy with how it went.
And did you guys come up with the items that were available? Or
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, we sat down and had a brainstorming session. And
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Came up with
You
some
guys
things.
offered a lot of stuff to your fans, man.
Yeah.
There's, 15, 20 items on that
Yeah.
list? There's a ton of things people can get for that. You guys have toured with a lot of big people, Seven Dust, Theory of a Dead Man, Shinedown. I mean, how was that going on and, playing with some of the, I don't want to say bigger bands, but, some of the other, forefront bands?
Right.
How was that?
Those tours are awesome. I mean, you're playing in front of some new crowds. It's an opportunity for us to get in front of a lot of people that maybe don't know who we are, right? And get some visibility. And then what's cool about it is now that we've done some of those tours, we can go headline on our own, right? And we still get those people coming out to see us, and we can be playing shows all over the country, headlining too. So it's brought a lot of opportunities to us. And for me, and I know John will say the same thing, to be able to play shows with some of the bands that you've always loved and really looked up to, and get a chance to have some respect and them actually get into your music. That's sort of that dream come true kind of stuff. So I love all those tours. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, I think, just with our band in particular, like you were saying in your previous question about the old days when you didn't really have contact with bands. I like the tours that we go on with bands that are, they communicate, and we're really good about, really latching onto that network and utilizing those conversations and things like that. I mean, it's just, everything comes full circle, it seems like, if you're not an asshole or anything like that, so... we feel like we've had, with this new record coming out, we've had some support that we would not have had previously had we not engaged in conversation and made friends.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking of assholes. Don't name any names, but were there any?
On the road?
With, yeah.
Not really. I mean, we the good thing about our band is we're all pretty much just shitheads anyway, so we just have a good time, and we do what we're supposed to do as the opener. We stay out of the way, and we do what we're told, and we play our show, we sell our merch, and we're on to the next town. So we've fortunately always been able to have a really great relationship with, from crew to the band members, which has made some great long-term friendships with those bands too, and that's what you need to have. We all know it's all about who you know and the network you have, like John said. So fortunately, we've got guys that understand that are good dudes to begin with.
What's been your favorite tour so far?
You start
headlining or with somebody else? I mean, what has been your favorite so far out on the road?
Mine was probably the In This Moment tour, just because I had played cities I had never played or been to before, so that was a lot of fun. And just seeing, previous tours I've done, most of them were like 18 plus, 21 plus, which kind of limits your fan base. And then actually seeing how effective an all-ages show is in merchandise sales and gaining new fans, especially with, the material we put out. Like, it's not explicit or anything, so it goes along for different age groups and genders and all that stuff. So it was a cool experience to actually see that.
Yeah, I've got two that are pretty closely paired. I think when we toured with Theory of a Dead Man, that one I'll always remember is just a great time, and we got to become good friends with those guys. And same things with Hollywood Undead. That was sort of our first big tour I think that we ever did, and those guys. We actually have a song on the new album that we wrote with Charlie Scene from Hollywood Undead. So got to be able to kind of tap into all the experience those bands had and all the success those bands have. And so those two bands have always kind of been looking out for us and helped us out wherever they could. And so for that, it's always a great time to go out on the road with them.
And it sounds like you guys have learned a lot from being out there with those other bands, which is cool because in turn that means they're willing to share the information.
Right.
So that's awesome. You're not out there with, like you said, a bunch of shitheads that are just like, oh, fuck you guys, So that's cool that you guys can learn a lot and they're willing to teach. That's that's cool, man. That's all. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. What do you guys do outside of music, man? What keeps you busy outside of music? I know you got the family.
Yeah, definitely that.
I'm big into pro sports games, so anytime I'm home and there's baseball, basketball, football, whatever, I spend a lot of my time doing that. Obviously concerts, typical stuff
still
like
hit
that.
a lot of shows.
But
Who are your teams? Are you the Vikings, Twins?
So I'm actually a Diamondbacks fan when it comes to baseball. And my favorite football team is the greatest team ever, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, Jesus.
It'll be over.
We're done.
Shut it down.
Yeah, nah, screw that, man. See, I'm a Red Sox fan when it comes to baseball, but
Okay,
I live and
do
breathe
that.
the Chiefs here, man. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I know you're ready to get back to it. Anything you want to say to the people? It's your time, man. Tell them what you want to tell them. We'll get you the hell out of here.
Yeah, new single came out last night called Electric Chair.
Okay.
Get that in whatever way you can. New album comes out July 29th. Get that, and then our single is going to be all over the radio. So call or request wherever you are. Tell people about us
Right on.
if you like us.
Tour dates coming up soon. I guess with the way Facebook kind of limits what you see and don't see from our page, follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well.
Yeah, what I was going to say, what are your tags for Instagram, Twitter? What
All at 3 Pill Morning.
Cool.
Yep,
Easy
and
enough.
it's the number 3.
Number 3?
Yep.
Very cool. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, hit you guys up.
Do it.
Awesome. All right, guys.
All right, thanks for having us, man. We
We'll get
appreciate
you
it.
man, and you guys can go enjoy your evening.
All right, we'll
Thank
do
you.
it.
All right.
Thank you, brother.